Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today, and in this video we're going to be doing a review for Superman Returns. Superman Returns came out in 2006 and basically serves as an alternative sequel to the first two Superman movies because Superman 3 and 4 really weren't that good. It definitely has more to add to the franchise, I would say, than Superman 3 and 4, but is it that great? And that's what we're going to be diving into in this video. So to just hop right into the review, I think the strongest thing about this film is Lex Luthor, who is played by Kevin Spacey. When I think of Lex Luthor, I think of LexCorp and that stuff, and they don't really have that in this film series. This is really the next best thing. I think it's an improvement upon what they did in the first two Superman movies, where he still wants land and that kind of stuff. Also, from the very first scene, you just know that he is a psychopath and he just will stop at nothing to get what he wants. And I also just think Kevin Spacey was a really good replacement for Gene Hackman. When it comes to the actual story, just the premise that Superman was missing for 5 years looking for remains of Krypton, I don't really think is a very good way to set up the story. And also just doesn't make much sense to me why Clark Kent returned to the Daily Bugle the exact same time that Superman came back. I'm fully convinced that his glasses disguise actually works, but coming back 5 years after Superman disappeared, when Superman reappears, that is super suspicious, and I just don't know why anyone would fall for that. And I actually watched The Dark Knight recently, and in that movie, there's a part where Bruce Wayne has to go to Asia to kidnap this guy. Goes on a cruise as a cover-up. Wayne Enterprises has a deal in that country. This completely made sense what they were doing. It made sense why people fell for that trick, whereas in this case, it just doesn't, which is crazy because he has actual superpowers. It does a terrible job at hiding his identity, but I guess that doesn't matter to him because no one else seems to notice it. For the new actor playing Superman, I think he does a good enough job taking over for Christopher Reeve. Actually, a few parts with him as Clark Kent that I actually just forgot it was a different actor. He did pretty good. There were some parts where I thought not so much. But he also has a new suit, which I think is kind of an improvement. They kind of make the logo pop out a little bit more. And as for the rest of the new actors from the Daily Planet, I just don't think they were as strong. Especially the new one for Lois Lane. I really don't understand why they made her look so much younger. I've had an interesting idea for their son, and that was just an element of the film that I just thought was okay. I don't think it was done particularly in an amazing way, but it wasn't terrible. One of the neat things was that this was the first Superman movie in 19 years. So the new special effects just looked really neat, and some of the CGI is dated, but it still looks pretty good. With that being said, though, this movie is 2.5 hours long, and I don't find it to be very fun. A little bit, not depressing, but just not fun, and I don't really like the way that Superman interacts with different people, his relationships, and obviously there's just a different director, so there's just a completely different tone. They didn't really try to make it feel like the older ones. There really isn't that much cool action as you would think. I think the final battle was pretty well done. The whole part of him going to the hospital and surviving from the kryptonite just felt kind of lazy and just really off. Overall, there's some cool ideas in this movie. I think there's some stuff it does nicely. But at the end of the day, the word I would use to describe it is just underwhelming. So on the scale of 0 to 100, I'll give it a 64%. It's probably worth checking out if you're a fan of Superman. And overall, that's what I thought about it. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.